Hi, you guys. It's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. We are going to do our February calendar page today. And I have got quite the pile of things to put on top of this. So, sorry about that. I am going to go ahead and get started. First, the paper that I chose wasn't, I guess it's not a full 12-inch sheet of paper, and so when I cut it down, there's just a little bit, that doesn't cover, but again, it's fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal, and I can always ink that kind of hides lots, but I mean, I think it's fine. So I took the, all right, blah, blah, blah. I can't get it out today. I have tons of layers to put on, and I figured instead of wasting the center where you're not going to be seeing that paper anyway, and also making it really thick, I figured instead of that, I would go ahead and just trim out the center part of the paper. So that is why it looks like I'm making a frame around my lighthouse right now. It's technically not a frame. My Fabri-Tac is at that stage now where it likes to come out the top, that really annoying stage. Okay. All right, come on. Good thing the Fabri-Tac doesn't dry too fast, huh? So I just want to say again that if you guys are making a calendar as well, that you always want to make sure you cut down your piece of paper, whatever you're using. If you're covering your image totally, you want to cut it down first to fit the size of your calendar. My calendar is a 12 by 11, and so I have to cut some of my paper, down. So just, remember to do that so you don't end up with an image that's hanging off and then you kind of don't know what to do with it. All right. So these papers that I'm using are just papers that I have found over the last several years at thrift stores, or maybe some have been given to me, or yard sales. It's not from any one paper pack or anything like that. I just went through my pile of loose papers and chose some to use. It seems like almost everything is usable eventually. I, have gone past the same pages or papers so many times, and I think, gosh, I don't know that I'll ever use that. And then all of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't get rid of it. But I do have a few that are pretty brightly colored. Sometimes when you find something at a yard sale or a thrift store, they have it in a package, and you have to buy the whole package. Yeah, well, I've gotten some pretty interesting things that way. Things I would not normally buy. I want to, what am I going to do this with? Scissors. Excuse me. I want to kind of rough the sides up a little bit for some texture. Now, I know that I already inked, and I can ink again, but I just want to give it a little bit of something. I should show you guys the picture that I'm working from this time. I'm telling you, some of these, the people who do these these layouts. They're very talented, beautiful layouts. I don't have all of the supplies, you know, that they have, so in some cases I'm just, you know, either not doing it all together or, you know, like deleting part of the design. So, I mean, you can use the things that you have to replace. Just have to use your imagination. I don't mind the tears. I'm just going for some texture. I think it would look cool to actually have some of it torn pretty jagged and kind of rolled up, but I don't know. I don't necessarily want to take that much time. Okay. So, and I don't know that it shows on camera, but I can see in person, I can see the texture that I've added. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And then I'll see if I can pull up the picture really quick of what what I've been inspired by. Again, on the Fabri-Tac, I'm using the Fabri-Tac because it crinkles the paper less. And something I did notice on my first one is that the glue on this thin calendar paper really is sort of like, it really messes with the, I don't know, it makes it not flat, you know. So I feel like the Fabri-Tac allows it to dry a little flatter without warping quite so much. Okay, let's see here. So this time, sometimes it doesn't come up with what's right there. Well, okay, it's better to just show you right here. So it's this. So if you see, I mean, the colors are kind of similar, and there's a couple layers. There are so many layers on this. As I was sitting trying to prepare to make the video, oh my goodness, there are so many layers. So I'm not doing all the layers. I can't. I mean, the calendar's got to close. There are other months, you know. So, alrighty. This one's actually slightly metallic, and the back side, look at that. Oh boy. I do want to see if I can rough this one up without the back side folding over and it being obvious. So we'll see what we come up with here. And you know, you can fast forward if you don't like to watch or hear the sound of this. What would be really bad is if I tore the thing like directly in half while doing this. That would make me sad. After all of the prep, you know, for it to be for nothing. I hope that it turns out pretty because, so I've gotten most of it prepared and I just had it kind of sitting on top. And you know, when you do that sort of thing, everything moves a lot. So I'm hoping that when I go to glue everything down, that it looks okay. We'll see. We'll find out together. Now, I did not take and cut the center of this out, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and ink around. I don't know if I said this, but this paper is slightly metallic. I don't know how well the ink's gonna stick to it. Okay. I'll put it with the tears down towards the bottom. Okay, I have a couple of things that luckily I just thought about. So in our picture, there's a clock that is cut in half. I don't know if you can see that or if there's a glare, but so I have a stamp, and I just stamped it out and cut it in half. And we're going to glue that underneath each side. And then also it has this sort of curvy little, I don't know, stuff. So I have a punch that had something similar that we're going to glue on. So I need to glue those on now because they're going to be kind of going underneath. And then I think just for ease, I'm going to use regular glue for that. And then same with this. I'll just use regular glue. This is a really kind of a thick cardstock with a little, it looks metallic, I guess, as well. Man, it was hard to get it to cut. Like it was tough, but I managed. Kind of blends in with the page underneath. Maybe a gold would have been better than the sort of bronze, but I think it's fine. I don't know if that's anywhere near the same. I don't know. Trying to line it up based on, I think it's pretty good. except for that it's crooked, you know, just except for that part. Okay. I feel nervous for some reason, and I don't know if you can tell, but, you know, fidgety. I don't know if it's because there were so many bits and pieces to this, and I finally had to just stop and say, you know, I need to make the video because I had to know kind of when to stop. There's just so much. I'm going to stand it up for a second so I can... That looks pretty close. Okay. And then this. Lots of layers, right? And I have to do some more roughing up on the edges. Now this was actually a newer piece of scrapbook paper that I got at Hobby Lobby in the individual scrapbook sheet area. So if you're looking for music paper, you can always buy sheets there. Of course it's white on the back, but this doesn't matter in this case. Or keep tearing it right in that area. Almost there. Tear again. Okay, I still have to ink around it. My inker is falling apart. It's all over the place. Alrighty. I think I'm going to use regular glue now. It's, you know, going to be going down on top of not the calendar page, so I think it's fine. that better? I just realized it seemed kind of dark to me. I kind of like these down, so I'm gonna leave those down. Okay, next. I hope, again, there are so many pieces. I hope that I managed to get everything glued down in the right order so that I don't miss anything. So I took a piece of craft cardstock and I just used one of my edge punches to create sort of this little fabric, or not fabric, this little paper lace right there. If you can see that. So it doesn't look just like it, but you know, it's similar. And I'm just going to ink it because I want it to stand out a little bit from the other. I probably should be inking it with something a little darker, but that's all right. It stands out from it. I'm telling you, I walk around with ink, like distress ink fingers all the time. Okay. Now I need to ink around this giant banner. And then this one will go on top of it. This is another really old piece of scrapbook paper that might have been given to me. It might have been from a yard sale. I can't remember now. And again, it's one of those that I think, what on earth? Because you can tell that it's, you know, old. and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I found a way to use it. Okay, so this needs to be attached to this. And I'm wondering if I want it to be just... We'll do the whole thing. I didn't know if I wanted the little holes to show or just the bigger ones. It's longer than it needs to be, but I'll trim it down when I get it on there. Okay, so now that I see it on there, it needs to actually come down because it's not long enough. But I think it will be once I get it moved down or close enough. I think it's going to be covered right there anyway. Okay, and I think this can be glued down. I think so. Yeah, let's see if there's a copyright on here. 2001. 20-year-old pattern paper or design, whatever you want to call it. Dusty Rose Microweave. Okay. Now before I attach this, there's somewhere, here it is, there's some ribbon that comes out from underneath here. So I want to stick that on there. I'm going to see if I can't get it to stick on here. And then we'll go ahead and glue the rest of it down. Hopefully it works. Let's see. Tons of layers. Okay, so underneath this stuff, there's a strip of washi. So I have a strip of washi to put on. I'm just going to take and just kind of hold it on there while I cut a hopefully halfway decent angle. And then I'm going to add some glue so that it sticks. My picture, it was staying up for the longest time. All of a sudden, my picture wants to close. Okay, this is going to be covered, so I didn't care if it was like a straight cut or not. All right. What's next? All right, so it has this sort of thing. I don't know, this thing here. So I took some, I don't know what it is. It could be part of a file folder. And I used one of my punches and punched down the side. And then I just took my like mini hole punch and punched every other scallop. And then I laced it up. And I figured I would glue it down and then fix my laces all the way once it's glued and staying put. Hopefully it works. And I don't think that it needs glue on the inside part. I think that this will be fine. Can you imagine? So again, all of this work, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but all of this work for one picture on a scrapbook page. I don't know. I think I'd be framing it. I don't know that I'd put it in a scrapbook. Or maybe it would be the cover of a scrapbook or something. Okay, this needs to go up here. Okay, so what I thought would work is to stick it down and get it sort of lined up, and then it'll be dry enough that I can go ahead and tighten the strings. That was my thought. I think I'll tie it in a knot. Okay, so that's cute, I think. Alrighty. And then, so this has a little, it looks like a wrought iron fence posts. I have this punch, and I thought, maybe, I don't know. I don't think I need this one. I just don't know if it's necessary though. I mean, well, is any of it necessary? But I don't know. And then, so it's kind of coming out from underneath the picture there. I mean, why not, right? I cut it out, so stick it down. Okay. What else? I wish I had all those little pretty little flourishes, die cut flourishes, but I don't have that stuff. So, and then I did do a bunch of flowers to add, but I'm using all the same paper. And I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you look at a flower, it's not like it's a multicolored flower. You know, a purple flower is a purple flower. And so I just did all the same color of pink. I don't know if it's going to look okay. I inked around the edges. I just didn't want to cut more paper up. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, we'll go ahead and glue that down. So the people who thought of this, they're very talented, I must say. I like their work a lot. And I don't know if they're people who, you know, do anything like a junk journal, but can you imagine how beautiful their junk journal pages would be if they did them? They would be stunning. And then, believe it or not, so it has the word sweet right here. I actually have the word sweet. I don't know how well it's going to stick. I'm going to go ahead and put it on, and hopefully I'll lay something on top of it, and hopefully this holds it. If not, when I'm all done, I'll use the E6000 or something to get it to hold. We shall see. It's actually holding already, I can tell. I'm gonna put this, that probably jiggled the whole. I'm just gonna stick that there for a minute. And then we're going to look at just a couple flowers. Now, this thing that I'm, copying or whatever, it has a lot of flowers, and I can't put too many, and I can't have them be really bulky because there's not room, in the calendar for that. So I might stick a little heart in there just for fun. Maybe I'll layer them. Oh, that's cute. I don't want the bottom of that showing. Okay, so let's, yeah, we're gonna do that. So this is what I was saying, like the flowers are kind of all one color, but I'm kind of okay with that. I thought about trying to do like some with music paper or something like that, some of the layers, but then I thought, no, I don't want to. So I just decided not to. And then I have to decide where I want it exactly. Okay, I think I like that. I'm going to stick the flower down first. I'm going to make taco soup for dinner tonight. I haven't actually made dinner for a while. We just have been snacking. And I had to run into the store today, and I thought, I feel like even though it's still summertime, I feel like I want some soup. And so that is what we're going to do. I have these little rhinestone gemstone thingies that I thought would be cute. They have, I'm gonna let it sit there for a minute, but I'm gonna plug in my hot glue gun because I think that will hold it the best when it's all said and done. that I think is gonna stay. And then that just messed up my flower. The sticker thingy on the back is like that puff sticker, and it's just gonna add more bulk, so I'm gonna pull that off and we'll hot glue that down when the hot glue is ready. Okay. More flowers. So again, I'm just going with the same colors. And then I just kind of layered them up. Hopefully you guys don't think that's too boring. And I'm just gonna put 3, and they're just gonna kind of be the same up here in the corner. Now, so like I don't have all of this pretty stuff, all of that stuff, but I do have these stickers. And I thought maybe some of those kind of sticking out from underneath the flower would be pretty. So like, I want to go under there. Oh, it's hitting some of my torn bits. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. We'll do that. These stickers I found at Michael's a long time ago. I don't know if they still have them. I really liked them, so I went and I got a couple. They actually feel kind of rubbery. It's a weird kind of texture. And they tear pretty easily, which is frustrating. You have to go at it at different angles to get them off. And then they stick again. Okay. So I want this one to go underneath this flower, and I have a little part that I left sticking up there. I'm going to stick that back down. Just kind of do that. I'm going to go ahead and glue those together. So that would be there, and let's see, another one coming out from somewhere. Well, it's hard to tell. Oh, it's already open. Okay, so I can have one coming out from underneath that flower too. Looks like a butterfly. They are seriously infuriating to get off of here, but they're pretty. It's like a little octopus. Don't want it sticking off the side. Okay. Now I could have done something like maybe a piece of lace underneath, but I didn't, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so if that's there, I'm just wondering if I can get something coming out right here. It's hard to tell. Seriously, hard to tell. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stick these down. And then figure this out. Actually, I like this one, I think. It looks like it's supposed to come out of something. From underneath. Come out from underneath something. Oh, see? So frustrating. I think it came off from right here. And then I want one more. It's too much hot glue. And that is some really sensitive paper. It does not like to be messed with. Okay. Is that glued down? That's glued down. And I might as well glue these other ones down. I want to do a little bit bigger one on that bear flower. The reason why I'm doing this is because this sticky isn't sticky. I like these little gemstones. I think they're pretty. And it helps the monotone flower, I think. Okay. All right. Let's see if I want one more. I feel like if I did, it would have to be something small. Maybe that's enough, actually. Okay, and then I want a butterfly. Let me grab a butterfly punch. Or 3. I'm thinking a butterfly right in here. I'm inking it quite a bit because it does not show up. That's cute. Okay. And I'm only gonna glue the center of it, but I mean, as it hangs in my calendar, it's gonna flatten down, but that's okay. When it goes, you know, when it is February and I go to switch the calendar, I can always fluff the wings back up again. And then I'm thinking about putting a couple over here also. Let's see. I want my music notes to be the right direction. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they are or not, but I think they are. So on this, I don't like the very end of the flowers right there, so I'm going to cover it with a butterfly. I have one more. I was thinking about putting something over here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be obvious. Or maybe on top of the butter, on top of the hearts. Or if it blends too much, maybe it just blends in too much. It blends quite a bit, but I'm going to put it right here. Okay. All right, well, that's pink. I think we did okay. It's not exactly, so see, you don't have to have exactly what somebody else had in order to, it's really blank right here. I can't handle it. You don't have to have the exact same things as someone else, you know, in order for your page to look nice. It needs inking. I don't know if I'll leave it on there or not. It's okay to have a blank space, isn't it? Maybe. I don't know. Wait, where's the little one? Maybe there. I don't know. We'll try that. Glue. Okay, I'm gonna stop. So there we go, you guys. There is February's. I like it. It's pink. Lots of layers. All right, so I hope I've inspired you guys to give it a try, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.